Willie D Live.
So it's very important. All of that stuff is very important. Hip hop has been very important to my development. But there is something else about hip hop that I think we don't talk about enough, right? And it's the fact that hip hop is super duper interesting in terms of its cultural intersection with Black America, because it preaches in the music anti-establishmentness. It did. Anti-authority, all of that stuff. Meanwhile, in the execution of hip hop, it is as American as apple pie. So you had a bunch of people who were essentially talking about all of this stuff, but they were undergirded by these enormous corporate structures. And these enormous corporate structures funded the music, paid for the music, commercials, and all of this. The message of the music is one thing, and what the rappers had to do to make money and stay relevant in the music is completely other. So when a rapper or someone has no type, especially as we moved on. In the 90s, I just didn't really know this many rappers who didn't have nothing to say about their people when you put a mic in front of their face. It just wasn't, I didn't know as much of that. But when I got on, when you would ask, because it's not just Wayne, they asked Young Thug, it's like, what do you care about, like, what's going on with the police and all of that stuff? Young Thug is like, yo, man, we here at the thing, we doing all this. When these guys don't care about that stuff, it doesn't really affect me, because their job is to be a little mini corporation inside of a bigger corporation of people that are telling them the way that you become the best at what you do, the way that you become the most important is to make as much money and have as much influence as power, and nothing else matters. So when someone asks you a question about what you really think, what I wonder sometimes is, have you ever taken the time to wonder what you really think? Or are you trying to sell somebody something else? Are you trying to sell somebody the next record? Are you trying to sell somebody the next liquor? Are you trying to sell somebody the next thing? So why would you say something that might make the white kids that keep you rich, or the kind of racist people that keep you rich, or the apolitical people that keep you rich, why would you say something to make them uncomfortable? Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense to do that. America doesn't do that. America sells the biggest, hugest ideas to people. And then the ones that go, wait a minute, we're suffering because of that, they go boom, boom. Right? So when I look at hip hop, I think it's very interesting. I think what happened after a time was we put so much into our rappers. So much. Because think about it. When I was growing up, if you were born in 1950, well, then when you came up in the 50s and the 60s, you had tremendous figures of Black intellectualism that were giving you all different types of approaches to how we can think our way out of our problems, right? You had King, you had Fannie Lou Hamer, you had Ella Baker, you had Rustin. You had some people that were you had Stokely Carmichael, you had Fred Hampton, you had the Panthers, you had all kinds of different people that were giving you different ways. Well, when I was growing up,
you had the Last Poets and Watts Prophets.
All of that, all of those people, right? When I was growing up, I essentially had rappers. The Black intellectuals and movement leaders from that time had been jailed or they were dead. And the people that I was looking to, besides Minister Farrakhan and some of the other people, that movement was pretty much over. I was looking up to Michael Jordan and to Tupac to give me all of this stuff. And then later on, Jay-Z and people like that. Those were the best. Oh, this is what I'm hearing. Rakim, all of those people. Well, those people got corporatized.